we are. Recording. Hey, we're on YouTube. Yay! And in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 372. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
But I'm the power bottom.
And I'm the intern, back to keep everything together after last week's debacle.
It was a little bit of a debacle last week, Bryan. You weren't here.
Debacle was it was the best episode we had in a year.
It was a fun episode. It was. I will say...
Those were your words, by the way. Off the rails without me. Those were your words, not mine.
Actually, it was intern Gary's words. He actually did the synopsis last week. So, intern Gary, we're happy to have him when intern Bryan's out. He was able to make time off of Teen Mom OG, so that was good. He was able to come on the show. So if you need to look at intern Gary, he's on Teen Mom OG. He wants Amber to live on a trailer with him on his land. So there you go. So can't stop.
I don't think any of that's true.
No, he does. He wants her to live on his land in a trailer. Just saying.
Okay.
Just saying. So Jim knows this. Jim, wake up from Tecmo Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Are you playing Tecmo Bowl or Tecmo Super Bowl?
It's just regular Tecmo Bowl.
Yes.
Super Bowl's not available on the Switch yet.
I know. I'm waiting for Tecmo Super Bowl. Let's see here. Does Tecmo Bowl on the Switch have the players?
It has the older players. Yeah, it's from the '88.
Okay, so it does still have the players.
The original game. You can play Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah. Can you get cocaine for Lawrence Taylor too? Allegedly.
Not. You need the updated version for that.
Oh, okay. Allegedly. Hey, Jeff, take your headphones out and back in. Nope. I think it's Blake. Blake, you're louder.
What?
There we go. Much better. Now we're good. Anyways.
Well, you couldn't hear me the whole time?
Talking? What?
Oh, stop. Go back. Start all over again. You missed it.
Oh, my goodness. So we are here. Jeff, much better. Thank you. Anyways, we got a lot of stuff going on this week. This past week has been busy.
Especially as far as people passing away.
My goodness.
No kidding.
Cloris Leachman, Breath of Silence. Breath of Silence.
The only upside is not an upside. There's not really a good word for it, but at least they were in their 95, 96.
So they deserve to die.
They were 30.
They deserve to die. Great. Thanks, Bryan.
We did have somebody 44.
Yeah, Dustin Diamond was 44.
Yeah. Does he? Is that sad, Bryan?
It's all sad. I'm just saying, it's
at least they lived a full life, mostly.
Dustin Diamond's career lived twice as long as he did.
Oh
yes.
Jeez.
Wow. In Syndicate.
They did say that I guess he had a lump for a year, and he refused to go check it out because he was so afraid of what it was going to show.
Well, he was right.
Because his mom passed away from cancer too, pretty quickly. Yeah. So,
one thing I've learned about this as I approach 30 for the second time is that you don't delay getting things looked at.
Correct. So he passed away after, I think, 4 weeks after being diagnosed with lung cancer. So
obviously had it longer than that.
Correct. But he's an interesting guy because obviously there were some other issues outside of acting and that, but he always intrigued me because I would think he would have a Pauly Shore type career, extra movies and that, and he never really did outside of Saved by the Bell money.
He had a lot of problems.
He did. I'm not saying he didn't, but I was just kind of surprised that he wasn't in other films. Like, that was my thing. I'm trying to look.
Kind of hard
here.
to be in other films when you're in jail and rehab constantly.
He was in Big Fat Liar, Saved by the Bell, Hawaiian Style, Saved by the Bell, The Wedding, Wedding in Las Vegas. She's Out of Control, Scavenger Killers, Captured Hearts. 2013 was a big year for him. He had 2 films. Jane White is Sick and Twisted. Tetherball, the movie. Here we go. Big Money Rustlers with Insane Clown Posse. Oh my. I'm just saying.
You wanted him in more?
All Wiped Out. He had 3 films in 2013. Joker's Wild. I've heard of that. Yeah.
That was a game show, Jason. They did in the 80s, and Snoop Dogg brought back a couple of years ago.
He was so bad in that. Snoop Dogg in that.
Oh, that's not good. Snoop Dogg's version of the Joker's Wild.
So, and She's Out of Control. Can someone tell me who the lead actor is in that one from 1989? Get $1 if you do. Off the top of your head.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
It's a boy.
Her
it's
husband.
a man.
Her husband.
Tony Danza.
Yeah,
Ryan
there
Phillippe.
you go, Jim. You looked it up, you cheater.
Oh, yeah, that's with, is it Amy Dolenz? Mickey Dolenz' daughter was the daughter in that?
No, that is... Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, it is. You're correct. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Wallace Shawn was in it. Matthew Perry.
Well, it's easy when you look it up, Jim. I mean,
Dick O'Neill.
Duh.
Dick O'Neill was in it.
I don't know who he is.
I don't either.
I've been told that we own that movie on DVD.
She's Out of Control?
Yes.
Woo! It's high-classing it there.
Dick O'Neill played Frost in the movie The Jerk.
Oh.
He played who? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Frosty. I don't know who that is in The Jerk.
But he was in The Jerk.
He was in The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, the original, The Mosquito Coast. He was Detective Kelly on Barney Mill.
Mosquito Coast. Forgot about that.
If Amy Dolenz was in She's Out of Control, did Mike Nesmith make a short cameo appearance that's not credited?
I don't know.
As he has a habit of doing.
Does he?
What, he has a habit of stalking Amy Dolenz?
Be kind of creepy. Let's see. Another one. Who knew that we were having a She's Out of Control fan fest here today? Let's see. Jamie Tarses, Tarses, producer and TV executive, who was president of ABC Entertainment from 1996 to 1999, became the first woman to serve as a head of a network entertainment division. She died this past Monday at 56 years old. She had complications from a cardiac event suffered last fall. Let's see here. Reason why she helped develop hits such as Friends, Mad About You, Frasier, News Radio, Caroline in the City, as a comedy programmer under network president Warren Littlefield at NBC. And then, where was it here? She also helped with Dharma and Greg, Sports Night, The Practice, when she was at ABC. So there you go.
Pretty good stuff.
Yeah. She went on to executive produce My Boys, Mad Love, Hawthorne, Mr. Sunshine, Happy Endings, Men at Work, Franklin and Bash, The Wilds, and The Mysterious Benedict Society, which debuts on Disney Plus this year. So, geez, old Pete.
So it was all downhill.
Stop it. She served as a consultant on Jeff's show, Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. You like that one, Jeff?
I did like that one.
Hell of a career, though. So that was another sad one.
Sorry, what was her name? I didn't hear you say.
Jamie Tarses, Tarses. So, 56 years old. And then Hal Holbrook died today. That son of a bitch.
You had him on your Deadpool for how many years?
12 years. And then 10 years later, he fucking dies. Come on! I thought he was 95.
How dare him?
I know. I thought he was 95 10 years ago.
He was 85.
Thank you.
10 years ago.
Is that how math works?
Yeah.
Also passed Cicely Tyson.
Yes. Shoot, who else? I think
John Chaney, longtime coach at Temple.
Yep. I thought he passed away a while back. Obviously not, but
D's or D.
Who?
Deron Thompson.
Who's that?
He was a rapper and actor.
Stabmaster. He was in Stabmaster. He played Stabmaster Arson in CB4.
Stabmaster Arson.
Let's see here. I think that was it. I think that was all. I mean, that was a whole lot of people this week. And obviously, it's circle of life. People die all the time, but it's been a lot of people hit this year.
Damn it, Jay! I'm going back through our chat to see who we have, and I see R.I.P. Alexa. I'm like, what the fuck? And it was like, oh, you're talking about wrestling.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm glad I left
Royal
my
Rumble.
phone upstairs when the Royal Rumble was on, so I didn't have to keep checking my phone to see you guys talking back and forth about wrestling.
Bryan and I kept it small.
Yeah, after I realized that Jason and I were the only two watching it, I switched to Twitter.
Yeah, Bryan and I talked on Twitter. Bryan, were you happy with Edge winning?
No.
But Christian came back.
Did Christian help Edge win?
Great. I don't care.
Did he help Edge win?
A little bit. He was in the Final Four. But the good news is it's helping the young up-and-comers to headline WrestleMania. I mean, Edge is only 44 or something like that. I mean, he's an up-and-comer. We got him.
Dustin Diamond was dead at that age, so...
Jeez.
If it helps, I did watch the Gang Wrestles for Returning Troops episode on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. With the Roddy Piper cameo.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was good. Quality.
Cricket
that was
Taliban.
The first WWE event that I've watched all of COVID.
Oh, the Rumble?
Yes.
And it really got you back into it, huh?
And it'll probably be the last one that I watch I'll watch WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll probably be it.
WWE.
That was so bad.
WWE aims to disappoint. Now, forever. That's it. I like the Rumble enough. Like the Bianca Belair winning was awesome. I love
the women's Rumble was actually pretty decent.
I thought the men's was good too. We watched that a second time because my kids fell asleep before that one. But the Edge winning, I'm not upset, but I'm just bored. I'm like, give it to somebody else.
It was so predictable. As soon as Orton walks out, you know that he's coming back at the end.
Yeah.
So
I would have been. I'm not a Matt Riddle fan, but I would have been fine if he won just because it's somebody different. Damian Priest. The Final Four outside of
Edge ever won it before?
Yeah, he's won it.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
He won it 11 years to the day.
Yep.
Previous.
Ooh. I love Christian. He's one of my favorite of all time. So seeing him come back out there after retiring because of concussions was awesome. I was jumping up and down like, oh my God.
I mean, I don't know.
Unfortunately, he'll be drooling by the end of the year if he takes a kick from Goldberg or anybody.
That's another, let's keep on running Goldberg.
Are you guys reenacting your Twitter conversation?
No, not really.
You know, you brought it upon us because you were talking about Roddy Piper and Sonny in Philly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Blake.
You'll know better than to talk wrestling, Blake. Jim, you winning in Tecmo Bowl?
I turned it off.
What?
Yes. I was paying attention to you guys talking about wrestling and just kind of lost interest and almost fell asleep.
Who's your go-to team in Tecmo Bowl?
It depends on which game it is.
The original.
The original. I play the Bears. Mike Singletary is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Who are you in Tecmo Super Bowl? The better version of Tecmo Bowl.
That would be either. Well, if I just want to dominate, of course you play the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to make it challenging, then you play somebody like Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they were known as Phoenix then, huh?
Yeah. Some rough times. That was Jake Plummer in the second one, right, Jim?
No.
That's pre-Plummer.
Was it? Who was it?
It was Tim Rosenbaugh and Tom Tupa were the quarterbacks.
Oh, God, Tom Tupa.
Tom Tupa.
Oh, God.
That was post-Bears career?
Oh, God.
No, that was pre him being a punter in the NFL.
Oh, sorry.
He was the backup quarterback for Arizona.
Did Tupa ever start for the Browns? Like in their list of like 87 starters since they came back? I think Tupa was one of them. Oh, okay. Sorry, Blake.
I think they auditioned him for punting though.
Yeah, I don't think he started for anybody because it was only a quarterback for like 1 year.
Did he compete with Jim Harbaugh for Bears quarterbacking time?
That was Mike Tomczak.
Oh, Mike Tomczak. Sorry. Wrong Michigan bastard.
We can get to what we're watched and all the other stuff here in a second, but since Blake is awake right now, I want to get him interested. Blake, we had a Twitter poll of the week at Bad Ideas Podcast. It was your poll.
Yeah.
When watching The West Wing, what type of wings do you like? The West Wing fanatics did not like this one.
I was going to say, did we go from the most voted poll to the least voted poll?
No. We had like 40 something still. We did not have 1,100. But the funny thing is, Kev at Cincinnati Explorer, I even called him out and said, "Hey, give this to all your West Wing fanatic fans," because that's how the last people, start voting on the Aaron Sorkin poll. No one responded. They don't like us with this joke. They take West Wing very seriously. Let's see. When watching West Wing, what type of wings do you like? Garlic, buffalo, barbecue, or liberal? In last place, 6% garlic. I could see that. And then winning 44% to 25% because there was a two-way tie for second. Buffalo beat out barbecue and liberal. So liberal almost had it. But
I voted for liberal.
Now, is it because our humor is too highbrow or is it too lowbrow?
I don't think we've been accused of being too highbrow.
So, there you go, Blake. We got your poll out there, and you pissed off people.
I'm glad I'm making friends.
And influencing people.
Did we at least get more 1-star reviews from it?
You know what? Let me check. Bryan, what did you watch this week? Give us some quick things here while I look that up.
Let's see. I watched the movie Palmer on Apple, the new Justin Timberlake movie.
How was that?
It was very good.
Okay.
I didn't expect it to be as emotional as it was, but it was very good. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins some awards for that. It was very good.
That is that film helped Apple have the largest viewing audience this week of streaming on their Apple. Is it Apple TV? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What was the movie called? Plumber?
Palmer.
Oh, Palmer. Sorry.
Not Plumber.
We've had no other 1-star reviews. Thank you, everybody.
No.
I'm so disappointed.
So
maybe one day we'll be in the archive review that our Dr. Desmond does out in California. Our most educated listener.
You can always give us some 5-star reviews when you're listening. Just click on the stars, and that helps us out. Give us a good review. Don't give us 1-star reviews. Nobody's eating on this podcast. Bryan, anything else you watch?
Yeah, but come back to me because I'm trying to remember it because I've watched a ton of stuff over the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
He had a vacation and he can't remember what he watched. So that means it was a good vacation. Or he dug into the bourbon supply.
Actually, I have not. I took a spell off.
Jim?
Holidays hit me a little heavy with the Kentucky wine, so laying off a bit.
How many days are you at without alcohol?
Just like 4 because I had a class on Sunday because we finally finished up Christmas with the families this weekend, so I did have 1 glass of bourbon on Sunday.
Gotcha.
But prior to that, it was 10 days.
Okay. Nice. Jim, were you doing dry January?
Yes, and now I'm nursing a hangover.
Fantastic.
Nothing like waiting till February 1st.
Don't ask him what he did after No Nut November.
Oh, come on, man.
It was like cobwebs all over his house. It was nasty. We're classy. See, we've always been highbrow.
The only people to give us a highbrow comedy rating is Terrence and Phillip.
That's right. So, Jim, were you too busy getting drunk, or were you able to watch stuff?
Well, it was bowling night last night, and we got moved lanes 3 times because they kept on breaking down.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of actually concentrating on bowling, I just got really drunk.
Come on, get happy.
So Jeff, did you watch anything this week?
I watched WandaVision, episode 4. I saw that 3 times this weekend.
You liked it that much?
Did you find something that you missed in the first 2 times you watched it?
I don't think I did. I was just with people who hadn't watched it yet, and I'm like, I'll watch it again if you want to watch it now. And
yeah.
So
it was damn good, wasn't it?
It was. All the people that were complaining about, this is dumb, it's going nowhere, it's too slow. I hope it paid off for them. But, there's nothing like a slow burn for a great payoff. And it's just going to get better from here. I mean, I'm just like, I love this anticipation of what's coming next. And, that's why I don't like when they dump the entire season at once. Because this anticipation and this thinking about it for a week before the next episode is what makes quality viewing, in my opinion, or helps lead to some quality viewing.
And we've been, let's be real. We've been here for, this episode's been out for 5 days now. WandaVision. Let's just say
it came out on Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. Some small spoilers here. Scarlet Witch is she's not in a good place right now. She's not.
What? I don't know what makes you think that. She's in a place of her making. Come on.
Are we allowed to talk spoilers?
Yeah, yes. I think so. Jim, have you seen it?
Yes.
Jim saw it first.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. He saw it first and posted it, and then I had to hurry up in the next 3 days to watch it.
Good call.
How about Zombie Vision, man?
Ooh.
When it just clicked to him that way, I was like, oh God.
Yeah, Vision looking like death.
That was actually scary.
I will say that there's been a trend growing on Twitter that they're trying to get Kat Dennings' character and Jimmy Woo, Randall Park's character, to do an X-Files type show set in the Marvel universe, with them just going around doing weird, investigating weird cases. I'm down.
X-Files
do it.
type investigations in the MCU universe.
Yes.
They did one episode with those two together, and already people are clamoring for more.
They were awesome.
It was great.
It was pretty good. They did a really good job. I really wish that all those people that we read the 1-star reviews that bitched and complained about it last week, I wish I could remember what their names were in their posts so I can go back and see if they changed their minds or updated their review.
So there's 5 episodes left, and like Jeff said, it's just going to get crazier, I think. I love seeing Kat Dennings' character back. That was awesome. Did you see that Jimmy Choo, he was able to do his card trick finally?
Woo.
Yeah,
Jimmy
Woo. Sorry, Jimmy Woo. Not Choo. That's Shoes, isn't it? Jimmy Choo. Anything else, Jeff, you thought about it? Anything you want to talk about the episode?
I know there's been people out there on the places that recap these things, and like everybody is anticipating. I can't remember the guy's name, but the head of Sword or the acting head of Sword is going to be a bad guy.
The one that took over when everybody vanished.
Yeah.
Because doesn't he have the same last name as one of the Hydra dudes or something? I think I read what you're talking about.
I've seen a couple things where everyone's like, he's obviously the bad guy, right? And I'm like, I hope he isn't. I hope they set it up so it looks like he would be. But I mean, that goes all the way back to Iron Man 1 when Jeff Bridges seemed to be like the guy in charge and was the good guy and turned out to be the bad guy. I'm like, I hope they don't do that just because they've done it several times in the MCU, and it seems obvious that that's what they're setting it up for.
Do you know
what I thought was really cool when you're talking about setting things up and et cetera, when they have their brainstorming board, they got their whiteboard and they're writing things down, like things we don't know, things we know. Yeah. And it was really cool. They're going through the cast of her shows and say, this is whatever Parker played by so and so. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to pause that and look at the board. I want to read it. And somebody did.
Oh, yeah, people did.
What they did show. Well, I can rely on those people, so I don't have to do it myself.
Exactly.
I just read their effort. So, they're talking about the one character they haven't identified anybody with is, of course, the Agnes character.
Agnes, yeah.
Yeah. So and a lot of theories about, her name combined is her old mentor or whatever.
Agatha Harkness.
Yeah. So we'll see how that plays out. That's pretty cool. Of course, the Mephisto theories are still out there, and of course, the other one is that the bad guy is Wanda herself. Really.
I think it's Wanda.
We'll see how it works out. I really liked it. Unreliable narrator. Good payoff episode for those people who can get through that slow burn. Which a lot of people can't do nowadays because they're so attention span deficited.
I loved that episode, but I was really upset I didn't get a 1980s sitcom yet. That's what I was looking for.
Next week.
It's got to be next week.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh yeah, I turned it on like this is gonna be awesome. 1980s. Yeah. Nope. Damn it.
That
was so they could salvaged all the. I think they were smart enough to realize we went 3 episodes in a row. People are going to start complaining, so we'll give them a bone. So they were throwing them a bone, and also we need to know what's going to happen. Whatever's happening, I think we needed to know the stuff we learned in this episode for future episodes.
So did you catch the quick thing about who started Sword, the new organization? Did you see who started that?
Yeah,
Rambo,
Captain Marvel's
friend.
buddy.
Yep,
yeah.
The pilot.
Yeah.
And then obviously for people that didn't know, Monica, the Sword agent, is obviously the daughter that Captain Marvel was talking to in her movie. The reason why I didn't even catch that the first time, I heard rumors that Monica that was the daughter.
But I thought it was her buddy, not her daughter. But yeah, you're right. And they did play Captain Marvel this weekend, which you and I probably watched the same one. Because as soon as it came on, I started watching it. And I'm like, yeah.
My daughter wanted to see it for the first time. And so I watched it with her. And then we saw it on TV again. I was like, damn it. I really enjoyed that one. Brian, have you seen that yet? You said that was one you have to still see, right? Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have not yet. There's I was looking at the list earlier, and I think there's I think there's 5 left out of the 23 that I haven't seen.
And because off air you were asking, do I need to see any of them before I see WandaVision? And I told you I think you need to see Age of Ultron, the 2 Avengers Infinity War ones, and Captain Marvel will probably be a good one. So
yeah, I think so. Those are
Civil War would help.
I've seen the Civil War.
All right.
Okay.
Captain Marvel too.
I haven't seen Captain Marvel. I haven't seen Infinity Wars or Age of Ultron.
Okay. Age of Ultron is not great.
Yeah.
But
it introduces both Vision and Wanda and Pietro. So
Quicksilver, yeah. Who's listed as a cast member, Evan Peters. He's listed for WandaVision.
Evan Peters played Quicksilver in the Fox
that's
X-Men
right.
movies.
Yes. But he's listed in WandaVision. That's right, because the other guy has no interest in coming back to MCU.
Did he say that?
They said that they can't get he isn't really interested.
Oh wow.
So, I think
he doesn't need all that money.
He's holding out. It is funny though. So Evan Peters, if you Google WandaVision, you know how it has the cast.
Yeah.
Evan Peters and Paul Bettany are the only 2 people that don't have character names underneath their names, the actors' names.
Oh. So they're saying Paul Bettany isn't playing Vision, huh?
Of course, Randall Park doesn't either. So wait a minute.
Oh, maybe it's Jimmy Woo.
But on the IMDb page, they have character. Oh, Evan Peters isn't listed on the IMDb page yet. So
yeah, his character hasn't shown up yet. So
that
I know of anyway.
Jim, do you think they're going to keep Evan Peters as the new Quicksilver?
I have no idea.
I wouldn't mind if they did. I thought he was awesome as Quicksilver.
Well, he was good in it, yeah.
I don't think that fits the Marvel universe.
You don't think?
I don't think his Quicksilver fit what was going on in the MCU.
Okay.
So, I mean, it was a fun adaptation of it, and, you know, his scene was the best scene in what movie that was that?
Both of them. The both scenes that he did in 2 different ones.
Well, I thought the second one was just kind of derivative of the first.
Yes, but that second one was a repetitive, but have you seen the rest of that film? It was still bad. That was the best part.
Good point.
Apocalypse. X-Men Apocalypse. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. Jim, do you have anything to add on WandaVision? You really liked it.
Oh, it was fantastic. So I'm just looking forward to next week. So
I'm pissed off that
I'm not going to go into
20
any
minutes.
plans or anything what they're going to do. I'm just going to wait and see what they do.
Mm-hmm. I think Jeff's right. I mean, I think the slow burn of every week coming out is awesome. I think it's great.
Yeah, it was good. I'm sorry I interrupted, but I was pissed that it was like I was watching it. I was having such a good time, and I'm like, dude, was that like 20 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so pissed. I wish there was more time.
Rumor is that they may drop 2 episodes this week because there's been spoilers leaked. I haven't seen them on episode 6. So to get out in front of them, they may just drop 2 of them. I'm like, fuck you, fanatics. Let it go. Come on. Just enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had some extra time this weekend since I wasn't playing any D&D. So I did. So I did get to see a couple of things. I always wanted to watch the Office, the English version, you know, and I only see bits and parts of it. And I finally watched it, and I binged it for season 1 and season 2.
So you saw the whole thing?
Yeah, I saw.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I actually enjoyed it an awful lot. A hell of a lot dirtier than the American version.
I could never get into the English version of it. I tried, and maybe I need to go back, but it's been a long time.
I do admit there were a couple of times that I had to rewind real quick and put on the closed caption.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because of the accents. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on a second. What was that?
Yeah, if I tried, like Jason said, I tried to watch it, and if I did go back, I would definitely need the closed caption because, well, one, when they use like different British terminology or slang, and I don't know what it means, it's hard enough when you have a hard time understanding what they're saying, and then they're using terminology you don't know.
Yeah, I can see that having a hard time. That's why
they mumble. They mumble in that show.
Yeah, they do, but it's pretty funny. But I did find that a number of the episodes characters were wearing the same clothes. So I'm like, I was wondering how many episodes do they shoot in one day for that show? Sometimes, maybe 2 or 3 at a time because there's no costume changes.
It would also make sense that they're wearing the same clothes because that's what an office drone would do. They've got a set number of outfits to wear.
That's true.
Like Dwight's, standard like mustard yellow
shirt. Yeah,
that's true. I didn't think of it that way. The other fun I had was seeing who was in Shaun of the Dead. Oh yeah, and that was pretty good. And then I had some retro movies that I saw. Risky Business. Showtime had Risky Business and Porky's back to back, and I'm like, Risky Business was a good take back film for nostalgic purposes. Of course, Rebecca Make Me Horny is still pretty hot in there, and young Tom Cruise. Oh my God, he looks so young now. Of course, and so I went into the notes, and I guess Bronson Pinochet, basically in the past several years, has just started ripping Tom Cruise about Tom Cruise being homophobic on the set of that film.
Really?
Just ripping on like how he hates gay people, and it's weird because it's not like backed up by anybody else, and I'm surprised that the Dianetics people haven't offed him yet.
Allegedly.
I mean, allegedly. But
time out. I'm more interested, not by that, but that you have Showtime. Do you pay for Showtime?
Yeah, I got it all, man.
Why do you pay for Showtime?
Where else are you going to watch Dexter?
They got some good
Netflix.
Not the new ones.
Yeah, not.
But you could wait till like fall of 2021 for that.
He's prepping for it.
Well, then you're going to have to go back and re-listen to this episode and then watch. Never mind. No, but the Porky's. I remember not really liking that film back in the day. I mean,
the original, right?
Yeah, and back in the day, the big thing was shower scene, and all that other goofy shit. But man, that movie doesn't hold up over the course of time. Oh my God,
it does not age well.
No, I mean, you want to talk about? Well, I could go in all about the whole sexual assault and
Porky's 2 holds up, but not Porky's 1.
Yeah, Porky's 2.
Porky's 2.
Just the whole really bad. I'm sitting there and watching it, of course, 40 years later, and I'm watching this like, who in the hell thought this was a good idea to make a movie like this? I don't know.
80s Hollywood.
Obviously.
There's a lot of Porky's was one of the better ones of the teen sex comedy from the 80s.
Oh my God!
Which one's better, Meatballs or Porky's?
Meatballs by far. Meatballs was good.
Better.
Yeah.
Jim, you're saying Meatballs?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, even if it did have a young Kim Cattrall in it, I mean, still, come on.
No.
You won't be in Sex and the City revival.
No.
No. Apparently, her and what's her name don't get along. Sarah Jessica Parker. Yeah.
Saturday Night Live this week, they made a joke with Kim Cattrall, and she's like, "I'm not in it, so it's just the city. Where's the sex? It's just the city."
The monologue was great with Krasinski too, where everyone's like, "Hey Jim, kiss Pam," and he's like 3 or 4 different audience members like tell him in his monologue, and he's like explaining like, those are just fictional characters on TV shows, and then Pete Davidson comes out and he's like, "Hey man, you just got to realize like everyone's been locked up for a year and we've just been binging The Office." And then Kenan Thompson stands up and he's like, "Hey, is that Pam? Kiss Pam." And then he does his characteristic little smirk to the camera, and then he just kisses Pete Davidson.
It wasn't a bad episode of Saturday Night Live. It wasn't bad.
But if we're talking Jim Halpert, we got to bring up the best Jim Halpert.
Randall Park.
Randall Park.
Also known as Jimmy Woo.
That was a good episode with Dwight. Thinking of Jimmy. Blake, did you have anything else retro?
No, that was it.
Okay. We're through 2 seasons of Yellowstone. So, Brian, I blame you.
Yeah,
I'm addicted.
It's still good.
We're 1 episode into season 3, I think. And so, okay, real quick, because I hinted at this last week. Brian, you're the only one that watches Yellowstone, so I'll do this real quick. Okay. It is Sons of Anarchy on a cattle ranch. Here's the reason. Kevin Costner's character, John Dudlett, he is Clay. Casey, the guy that comes back, the Wrangler, John's son, he is Jax. Beth is Jax's mom, Gemma. That's her. Casey's wife in it is Jack's wife in it. And
Tara.
Yep, Tara. Ugh, horrible character. And then Jamie, the horrible attorney, he is he's the guy that hung himself in the last season. The younger guy who was
Juice.
Juice. And Rip is Opie. So, and here's the reason. Casey comes back to the ranch. He's trying to fix up the Yellowstone to be a nicer Yellowstone. Jax comes back to the Sons of Anarchy, tries to make changes to it. Clay won't let him. Neither will John. At the end of the day, they're still, killing wranglers that leave. And
do you think they did that on purpose? Just took the scripts of Sons of Anarchy and said, let's adjust the script and the scene to here.
And then here's the other thing. I told my wife, everybody is, what is that? Is that the Duttons?
Duttons.
Yeah. They're a horrible family. I mean, they're great, but they're a horrible family. Like, they're not the nicest. So how do you make...
Yeah, but also you have to realize that is a very typical mentality that's the way people are when it comes to their land, and when you have people trying to take their land from them, or
if you work for the FBI,
I mean, they don't like change. They don't like the transplants coming in and turning their home into what they want it to be instead of leaving it and enjoying it for what it is.
And then you have the Native Americans or the Mayans in Sons. You have the sheriff that actually looks like the old sheriff from it. And here's the deal that sealed it. I looked at my wife. Season 2, you have the brothers come in that are just assholes. And I looked at my wife after they were introduced. I said, son of a bitch, this is Sons of Anarchy. And she's like, what do you mean? So I explained the whole thing. And I looked at her. I was like, how do you make a horrible family that you shouldn't care about sympathetic? Well, you go after the Gemma. You have a bigger group in Sons of Anarchy. They brought white supremacists in. Of course, you're going to root for the outlaw gang against white supremacists. In this, you're going to root for the people that destroyed Beth. And I'm like, son of a bitch, this is a blueprint. And I looked at my wife and I said, if those fuckers go to Ireland in season 3, I'm out. I can't handle that fucking season.
I can confirm there is no Ireland story plot in season 3.
They won't go to Ireland. They'll go somewhere else, though.
Idaho.
They're going to.
Does Jimmy Smith show up?
No. Yeah, Jimmy Smith has not shown up yet. But back me up, Brian. Does that not have a good analysis of it?
It tracks. It's a bit of a stretch, but I see it.
I'm not saying it's word for word. Don't get me wrong.
No, I know.
But I'm looking
see
at
it though.
Like, son of a bitch. How do you make them sympathetic? You bring these fucking assholes in that don't give a shit. Damn it. So,
yeah, in 2021, what better group that everybody can hate as bad guys than white supremacists?
And there wasn't white supremacists in. Oh yeah, there was. Shit, there was in season 2 with the son. Damn it. That's who the brothers hired. Damn it. Oh, I'm sorry. They hired a militia. They hired a militia at the end.
Oh, or militias are a close second.
Yes. So, I've enjoyed it. The whole time I saw it, I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, damn it. So, very well done, though.
Rip is still probably one of my favorite TV characters.
My wife is in love with him. She said she let slip to me. She's like, she said the one day that he is hot as anything. I'm like, what? And she's like, oh my God, he is. Look at him. And so when he was going off leading the charge at the end of the second season, I won't spoil it. She literally was like freaking out. She's like, if they kill him, I can't. I will not watch the second season, Jason. If they kill him, I can't. I can't watch it. And I was like, well, he's going in first. And she's like, give him a fucking bulletproof vest. I was like, well, he's a cowboy. But yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. Yeah. So, sorry.
He was also a white supremacist in Higher Learning.
He was. Cole Hauser, yeah, definitely he was.
Jim, did you start Yellowstone?
I watched the first episode because it's free on Peacock, but I can't watch the rest of the first season, so I'm just going to start on the second season probably this week.
So the reason why we were able to get all the seasons is Paramount Network did a marathon over New Year's Eve weekend, and I taped them all on DVR. So I just taped the series, and so I was able to do every episode.
So you're saying we can come over to your place to watch it?
Sure. I'll move the TV so you can look through the window.
No, you can just leave the house. We'll come over when you leave.
I'll bring the Lysol.
I mean, you and your family do all these excursions all over the place. While you're doing one of your excursions, we'll go and watch.
You're just trying to fucking bait me, Jeff, and you're not going to get it this week.
Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. I did watch episode 1 of The Lady in the Dale.
What?
It's you could probably get it on HBO Max.
Yeah, the car of the day.
Let me just say, it's a little bit different than what you anticipated, and I like how they set up the huge con, and then the surprise, and it's almost like another con within itself. And I don't want to give it away, but you're almost like, oh my goodness, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's the three-wheeled car.
And I remember that 3-wheel car from my childhood. Something about it, yeah.
What is this?
Lady in the Dale. It's
Lady in the Dale.
Okay.
You can watch it on HBO Max. So, if you don't have HBO.
Okay. Let's see. Breaking news. We just got something from Fish because he's in Florida. Even though Tampa has the Super Bowl, the NFL won't allow them to fire the cannons from the pirate ship since it's supposed to be a neutral game. They won't.
I thought you were going to say something.
I could understand that. Yeah, it's definitely a neutral site. And
they're anti-gun violence. They can't shoot the cannons.
Why can't you do it for both?
Well, if they do it for both, then I can understand. But I think they were planning on only doing it for when the Buccaneers did something. Stupid Tom Brady.
I mean, at this point, put a fucking real cannonball in there. There's not enough people in the crowd. Let them shoot it out.
There'll be like 18,000.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm looking forward to with this Super Bowl is Tom Brady tying the record.
For what?
Most Super Bowl losses by a starting quarterback.
Wow. Wow.
I love all the sports shows talks. Greatest of all time, Tom Brady or Mahomes. I'm like, give me a break, man. Just give me a break. I mean, it's obviously a very slow media week since they don't have the traditional, Super Bowl craziness that goes on. But you can't compare a guy that's played 4 years and start saying, "Oh, he's the greatest of all time." You could probably say that about almost tons of players that fizzled out. You got to give them more time.
You can maybe talk about greatest like single game performance or something. That's about it. Yeah, you can't compare the careers of a 20-year-old veteran to a 4-year player.
So he has made 2 Super Bowls in his first 4 years, but my God, look at the talent that's stacked around him and everything else. And I'm not detracting it. That obviously helps an awful lot. But guess what? For the next 15 years, he could be Dan Marino.
Yeah. Well, he has more mobility than Dan Marino.
That's true. And he actually won a Super Bowl already. So.
True.
Until Mahomes is in a movie with Jim Carrey, he'll never be Dan Marino.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sure they'll reboot Ace Ventura with it. Don't worry. I'm sure they'll get it. I'm sure. You know who isn't in the Super Bowl? Aaron fucking Rodgers. Fuck you, piece of shit.
Are you doing that just because of your sister-in-law?
No, I fucking hate Aaron Rodgers. I fucking hate that guy. He's a conceited piece of shit, allegedly.
But he's probably very fun.
How about Aaron Rodgers being seen in the back of a pickup truck with a case of Bud Light?
Yeah, I was about to say he's probably a lot more fun than you realize.
He did date Olivia Munn.
And they asked him, "Was that you?" He's like, "Yeah, that was me."
Yeah, there's like no denying. He's like, "Hell yeah, that was me."
Well, he is hanging out in Wisconsin. That's what you do when you're in Wisconsin.
And that's right. And he did date the G4 model.
Did he have cheese curds? That would have made it perfect if he had cheese curds.
He's probably on his way to have some.
Jeff, I thought of you. We were looking for national parks to visit this year for vacation. Well, my wife actually thought of you. And the one cabin we're staying at, there's a restaurant nearby, and they have on there as a specialty apple fritters.
Ooh.
So I know that you love your apple fritters.
So you're going down to Great Smoky Mountains?
No, we're not. We are not going to the Smoky Mountains.
Because there's apple fritters right outside of that.
There is. It's not Smoky Mountains. So we thought of you. Do you want to go?
To
Jason,
Smoky
you
Mountains?
can join me at a national park in May.
I'm sorry, what was that part?
You can join me in a national park in May.
Where?
The newest national park.
The newest national park. The New River Gorge National Park.
Oh, has that become a national park?
Yeah,
yes.
It's just up the river from the old River Gorge.
The New River is possibly the oldest river in North America.
Yes. The Tees Valley, yeah.
With Rochester and Vermont being the 51st and 52nd state. Let's see here. Blake, you got some listener feedback over there?
Yeah, I do, actually. Actually, I'll let you guys pick who's it sponsored by this week. Would you like it to be sponsored by LeBron James's courtside etiquette or Queen Victoria's lack of self-awareness?
Oh, Queen Victoria. Be Queen Victoria.
Queen.
LeBron James.
Oh.
Ooh.
Could it be sponsored by Marilyn Manson's record label who dropped him?
Did they officially drop him?
Yeah.
Well, like he put out anything of note in the past 15 years anyway.
I want to fuck you.
Rape.
That was not Marilyn Manson.
No, I just realized that I stopped singing after.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't you bring Trent Reznor in this? Don't you bring Trent in this?
I started saying, I was like, that's not right. Do I go committed to it, like Last Train to Clarksville, or do I just stop?
Yeah. But the Marilyn Manson thing isn't funny. The other two choices are. So.
No. It's surprising that he's been accused of assault, sexual assault and all that, because he seemed like a level-headed guy. He really did.
He seemed really like such a teddy bear.
What'd you say, Jim?
He's really down to earth.
Yeah.
Bryan Warner of Akron, Ohio.
Yeah. He was a normal
guy.
Canton Glen Oak.
Canton. Okay.
Yeah, he went to Canton Glen Oak High School.
So that's who sponsors us, all three. Great.
All right. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get started. We always start, we didn't do last week.
Skip this first one. I think we can just
say
No!
No. There will be no skipping him this week.
All right. Well, the first one is from that, that one guy.
Ape hands.
7.
Formerly known as
1.
The Big D.
Dad.
There you go. Big D.
He says, when intern Hackney is on the show, my questions get read. Case in point. # death to the fax machine. Didn't he know that it was intern Gary last week?
The fax machine actually did listener feedback last week.
Oh, okay. All right.
He got fired midway through the episode.
Yeah. By fired, we took the fax machine into the middle of a field and took a baseball bat to it.
Office spaced it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so
Doug.
there you go, Doug. All right. Next one's from Paula. Just Paula. Says, what's the best thing you have done during quarantine? I did a lot more bike trail riding.
Oh.
I did a lot less going outside.
That's your best thing. Stupid son.
I'd say learned how to play like D&D and board games over the internet.
True, I can say D&D too.
I read more.
Oh.
I should have, didn't.
Golf.
I always wanted to read Time of the Twins, the Dragonlance, saga. I still can't finish the Time of the Twins. I'll just stick with the original trilogy, I think.
Bryan finished that like in a week.
You have no interest in the new one they're writing then?
I don't know. We'll see. It all depends on what the subject matter is.
Since they dropped their lawsuit against Wizards of the Coast.
Well, see the thing. Yeah, I know that opened it all up. What the whole Hasbro Wizards of the Coast licensing for novels is a whole nother subject that I can get into, but we're already running behind the schedule. But I can talk about it, of how it's. Well, anyways, never mind. So
did we answer Paula's question?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to root and believe in a character, in a book in the Time of the Twins, Raceland, and then his love interest, but they never really says, how she ends up loving him, because he's such a despicable character in this trilogy, and that's like, all right, whatever. But anyway, it's kind of like I watched. What was it, The King of Queens? No, not The King of Queens. The King of New York. What's the movie with SNL kid? What's his name?
King of Staten Island.
It's
King
Pat?
of Staten Island, yeah. I watched it for 10 minutes and I turned it off. I was like, how can I root for him as the main character? He's a despicable person. But
no, you were right when you said King of Queens.
Yeah, same thing.
Oh man, the Eddie Money episode was on today. I forgot how funny that one was.
2 Tickets to Paradise.
Yo.
All right, but yeah, Paula.
I started singing The Heart of Rock and Roll.
That's Huey Lewis, not Eddie Money.
Wow.
God. I did something really dumb today.
Jason, you got to get back in time.
I did. And my wife was like, why would you do that? And I was like, there's a very simple answer for that. I'm an idiot. And she stopped her track. She's like, yeah, it's got a point. So I'm an idiot.
There you go.
I'm an idiot.
Next one from Kevin at Cincy Explorer. Martian Manhunter has been confirmed in the Snyder Justice League film. Does this change your mind about watching it?
Nope.
No.
Easiest answer.
Is he
ever.
getting like edited in, or I don't understand?
No, apparently there is a character who's been in the DCU who they are confirming is now Martian Manhunter, who's been in disguise this whole time.
One of the generals. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I planned on watching it anyways, besides this new revelation. So we no.
No.
4 hours. 4
Oh God.
hours.
Looking forward to it.
Ugh.
Supposedly, I agreed to go on a podcast for my British brethren and talk about this film.
You know,
Seriously?
when you do, ask them to turn the subtitles on. Closed captioning on for you, Jason.
I don't think Justice League Snyder piece of shit cut is in what do you call it?
No, I'm talking about Kevin and your nerd league.
Oh, okay.
we want Kevin's subtitles is what he needs.
We're gonna need the We're gonna need the subtitles to try to understand your Michael Caine impression.
So I got a question, Jay. Were they asking on because they wanted to get someone's opinion who hated the movie?
I think part of it is that Kevin really thinks I'm going to like this film. Like, this is the cut that turns me around on DC films for Snyder. This is the one.
I mean, granted, it probably will be better than what they put out. But, I mean, it's also, yeah, he's getting twice the budget to make twice as long of a film. It's like, this isn't the film we would have gotten if Snyder hadn't stepped away.
I barely made it through 2 hours and 40 minutes of the original. I don't know.
It's another hour and 20 minutes, man.
Hopefully this will be better than what they showed.
Those 4 hours are going to fly by like it's 3 hours and 45 minutes. I'm excited. Woo!
So you saved yourself 15 minutes of life.
Oh, God. This is going to be awful. He wanted to do a live version. I said, fuck that.
Do you want me complaining and groaning the whole time?
Oh, it's going to happen no matter what.
Yeah, but if you're doing it live, then you just
That's
4
right.
hours of Jason going, oh, Lord. Oh, fuck this.
From this moment on. What else you got, Blake?
Next, we got corrections. That usually means you're either going to hear from Big Dev or Big D.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Big D again. Segment recast has never been in the HOBI universe. I believe you are referring to Riddle Me This.
That was last week's segment that we did.
Was it last week or the week before?
I don't know.
I think it was last.
Yeah,
Jason mentioned something about people send us things and we'll recast and blah, blah. And I just didn't think it was worth correcting you at the time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, the whole, you don't want to talk.
Okay.
You try not to talk over people, because you're talking and I'm trying to. And by the time there was a time to start talking, it was already way past the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I noticed it right away. I mean,
sure
I'm like, it's Riddle Me This. I knew that.
Mm-hmm. You know all the Jeopardy questions too. As soon as they're told to you.
Oh, as soon as they're told to me, yeah.
Yes.
I only know about 88% of the Jeopardy questions.
Oh, okay. Okay. What else you got, Blake?
And we're gonna wrap it up with Professor Number One and Doctor Number One. He's like, face off. Cyclones, old school. I mean Cylons, sorry, old school versus stormtroopers.
Jim, who you got in this?
I'm assuming he's meaning Star Wars stormtroopers, not Nazis.
Yes.
I imagine the Cylons probably are better shots than the stormtroopers are.
Yeah,
because they're robots.
Yeah,
the stormtroopers would shoot Cylons; they would miss.
I would rather compare the stormtroopers to Cobra agents.
Oh, that's a good one.
That would be a good fight. Cylons would kill them all.
Yeah.
So we got Cylons. So who would you pick, Cobra Elite or Stormtroopers?
Neither.
It's a tie.
Well, Stormtroopers die. I'd probably take the Cobra guys because they don't die. They always parachute out.
They
of
always
planes
parachute. That's right. They always parachute out.
All the Stormtroopers have the magnetic armor where blasters automatically hit them.
And in large or whatever the blast that hits them. A normal blast would hurt, but they make it lethal by their armor.
Who would win between Stormtroopers and red shirts in Star Trek?
Ooh.
Because the red shirts can't die if they're not getting hit. I mean, they may fall somewhere.
But they always get hit. That's the problem.
Not with Stormtroopers.
Well, the red shirts would be diving at the blasters and whatnot to get like it's my mission to die.
Don't take that from me.
They Lieutenant Dan the whole thing.
Or you create a wrinkle in the universe.
Oh, time-space continuum.
Yeah.
This is how we got murder hornets. This is how it happened. So, let's see here. Jeff, give me some news of the geek here.
It's time for another installment of the news of the geek.
PETA.
Boo. Oh,
People eating tasty animals. I don't think that's what it stands for, does it? People eating tasty animals? I don't know.
I think so.
Anyways, these assholes, allegedly. A press release from PETA is asking people not to practice speciesism. Yes, speciesism. Per the release, words can create a more inclusive word. Sorry. Let me start over.
Unless Jason's reading your words.
Words can create a more inclusive world or perpetuate. Calling someone an animal as an insult reinforces the myth that humans are superior to other animals and justified in violating them. Well, I don't know about that violating here. Calm down there, PETA.
Species supremacy.
Stand up for justice by rejecting supremacist language. Instead of chicken, use coward, which doesn't make sense because there's cow in the word. I mean, come on.
But how would you call someone chicken shit?
Coward shit. Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Instead of a rat, call them a snitch.
Well, I'm going to go back to what Bryan just said. I mean, calling someone chicken shit, you're not insulting the chicken. You are comparing the person to the chicken excrement.
Okay.
So is that? Yeah, I think that one's good. Even PETA, I don't think
that's
could
a
argue
loophole.
That one.
That's a loophole.
I think that's a loophole.
Okay.
Just add shit to the end. So go ahead, finish.
Instead of saying snake, say jerk or snake shit.
Yes.
Instead of pig, say repulsive or pig shit. Instead of saying sloth, who calls somebody sloth? Call them lazy or sloth shit. So there you go.
Now that last one doesn't make sense to me because I'm pretty sure the word sloth meant that before they named the animal.
Yeah,
maybe
they named the animal after the word.
Maybe they're calling them one of the 7 deadly sins and not the animal.
They're saying you should probably rename the 7 deadly sins and name the deadly sin lazy, not sloth. Or maybe we should rename the animal lazy and not sloth.
But then we couldn't use
look at those cute lazies.
Here's the thing.
Just moving around all slow.
Very sloth-like, don't you think? That lazy.
I can't believe that guy's such a Tekashi 6ix9ine.
No.
Stop it.
What a snitch shit.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I mean rat shit.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I mean.
The issue I have with this is 3 years ago, PETA released the same thing, and we talked about it on this podcast.
Did we?
Nothing ever changed.
No, I think it was pretty much the exact same press release.
They released it just recently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no. PETA re-released it because they can't think of anything better to do.
That's right. PETA should stick to do what they do
If someone
best, and that's
listens to them-
giving the world supermodels naked soft porn.
Here's my thing. Jim, do you think PETA released it again because the world is pretty much perfect? Like, we haven't had any issues lately. Like, everybody's fine. We're having a good time. You know, it's like the roaring 1920s. Do you think that's part of the reason?
No, I think they released it because no one's paying attention to them again. They have to look ridiculous.
Oh, that could be it too. Jeff, take your headphones out for a second. Let's see here. Or somebody. We got static somewhere. There we go. Jimmy? Nope. Anyways, let's see here. Heidi Klum's daughter, Lenny, is giving everyone an up-close and personal look at her skin woes.
Oh, boy.
The 16-year-old posted an image of one of her cheeks, which appears to have some redness and acne marks. Quote,
Now,
my skin on a bad day.
I was confused by this at first, and I didn't know what story you were talking about, because the only thing I saw on my little phone thingy when I opened up the PDF was image of one of her cheeks, which appears to have some redness, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, Jason, what are you... Oh.
Wow.
Lenny's unfiltered photo of acne on her cheek, titled "This Too Shall Pass," has been liked over 100,000 times, with many people applauding her for showing an authentic version of herself. So that you know, quote, that you show some reality. One person commented on Lenny's post. Another wrote, "Welcome to the world. This is normal skin." In December, a more glammed version of Lenny was photographed alongside her mother for Vogue Germany. This is how we Vogue. Following in her mother's footsteps, she shared with the publication that it was only a matter of time before she would try to become a model. The quote, "The first offer came when I was 12 or 13 from a brand I like to wear, Brandy Melville.
She just advertised it. She probably got paid for that.
At that time, I begged my mother, but no chance. No chance.
No chance in hell.
Now I understand that it would have been too early for me to have a fake career." I'm sorry, I added the last part.
See, I don't understand why a supermodel's daughter showing acne is a big news story.
Okay, yeah. Well,
isn't that life? That's life.
I saw the picture. I'm like, that is typical teenage acne.
It's because people live on Instagram now. They live their life through other people's lives on Instagram.
Okay. This is a girl who was raised by Seal.
Yeah, you can
and
tell
she's complaining about her acne.
That's what I was going to say.
So, Bryan, 90 is to everybody over 90 shall die, right? You're okay with that? Can we go back to that topic? Jesus.
Oh,
I
that's
thought we
some
started off
shit right there.
Well, speaking of young people and stupidity, you see the stupid ass TikTok controversy going now. It's like, show your natural body with the red filter. And
but you
all
can
these
take the
idiots
red filter
don't
off.
understand you can take the red filter off. Or you can modify the image to reduce the red filter. And now they're upset because people are posting pictures of themselves in a red filter that's supposedly hiding their,
nakedness,
jumbliness or whatever. And now they're upset that somebody's come out and said, "Oh yeah, this is how you get around it." I'm like, you're not supposed to be posting that stuff in the first place, because somebody's going to get it. I mean, look at
on
it
TikTok?
and do stuff with it.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Fucking TikTok.
That and Tide Pods. I mean, can you just bring back the Tide Pods? I mean, come on.
Gronk needs to talk about this too. He helped with the Tide Pods. Let's see here. Other things.
And the thing about the whole TikTok stuff, isn't it amazing what lemmings people are?
Yes. There's
incredibly.
Do not refer to dumb
oh
people
my gosh,
as lemmings.
Oh
I mean, we just discussed this.
Oh god.
Lemming shit.
Lemming shit.
Yeah,
how
that's what I
amazing
meant.
lemming shit people are.
HBO actually has a new documentary out called Fake Famous about social media influencers and how they buy their way to glory. So there you go.
I just think everybody likes to be fake famous.
But the thing is,
you post selfies, you think about yourself. You're essentially making yourself a mini, a mini celebrity in your own world. Now we're getting too deep. Can we just get back to
insulting
teenage acne?
Let me get you something better here.
All
Walt
right.
Disney Company has extended its relationship with Black Panther director and co-writer Ryan Coogler. Disney has made a 5-year overall exclusive television deal with his Proximity Media, which he runs. They are Coogler's working on Black Panther sequel right now. But they're going to make a Disney Plus series based on the Kingdom of Wakanda. So there you go. I'm impressed with it. I'm pretty happy with that.
Are they going to address Wakanda's immigration policies?
Stop it. Let's see here. So they haven't said exactly who's going to be the lead, what it's going to be about, but my guess is it's a drama, so I have no idea actually. But I'm fine with that. I like Wakanda. I think that could be a cool little feature they have. So that happened. Dolly Parton talked today that she turned down what was it, the
Presidential Medal of Freedom?
Yeah,
Medal of Freedom. Thank you. Twice from Donald Trump. It wasn't politics because she does not get involved in politics. She did not want to travel anywhere because of her husband is prone because of medical conditions with COVID and that.
Husband? How about herself?
Well,
She's in the high-risk age group.
No one's going to fight. COVID is not going to mess with Dolly. Even COVID is impressed with Dolly sometimes.
I don't know. It's been a bitch of a year.
Has anybody watched
instead of giving it to her, they gave it to Lou Holtz.
Is he dead?
No.
Oh, okay.
But apparently he's got COVID.
Does anybody watch the new Ted Danson show? Ted Danson
Mayor?
show? Yeah. Did anyone see it?
I watched it.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it has some growth before I would call it good, but it has potential.
Is it Holly Hunter?
Yeah, Holly Hunter.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I watched Raising Arizona again this weekend. Yeah, Nick Cage. There you go, EILFM.
Ah, yeah, there we go. Now I remembered what I watched. Dr. Dana and I watched Walker.
Oh,
the first
new
two
Walker?
episodes. Yeah.
Go ahead and talk Walker. We'll come back to Mr. Mayor. Go ahead. What do you think about Walker?
So I don't really remember much of Chuck Norris's version. Like I didn't, because it was like on when I was a kid, so I never really watched much of it. But for a CW show, I was pretty happy with it. I mean, like
that's on the advertisement for a CW show. I'm pretty happy with it.
I mean, it's not going to win any awards, but the pilot was a little choppy, but the second episode, we finally were like, okay, like I can see where they're going, or I can see how they're going to go with this, and it was good. Like I'm excited to watch more of it.
And not everything has to be blockbuster. It could just be enjoyable.
Yeah. But plus, Dr. Dana is a big Jared Padalecki fan, so that doesn't hurt.
He is kind of cute. He is cute. His abs. So, how long do you think his brother from Supernatural is going to show up? How long until then?
Well, he's going to be on season 4 of The Boys, so I don't think it'll be anytime soon.
Oh, that's right, because he plays the new guy, right? Yep.
So,
Jeff, with Mr. Mayor, I think it's Holly Hunter, right?
Yeah,
that's Hunter. I think her character can be annoying at times.
Yeah, they need to find out her right voice. I think Ted Danson's down pretty good, but Holly Hunter's.
Do they have his right to pay?
They do. They do. It's a very blonde one, or very gray one. Very gray and white. It looks good on him. Looks good. Bobby Moynihan is pretty funny in it. I like him.
They might go a little too over the top with him, but Yeah, we'll see.
The reason I think.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I was
go
just
ahead.
saying that. Now I forgot what I was going to say. I think everybody is close to finding it, but they just need to fix it, and it could be good. And this is one they'll probably give a little bit of breathing room to find their feet.
Well, I was going to say the reason I brought Mr. Mayor up is because in it takes place a year after the pandemic, and the pandemic is no longer. They don't have to worry about it because Dolly Parton donated enough money to get the vaccine for it. I like that. They just kind of threw that in. It's like good old Dolly.
That's awesome.
So, okay, Jeff, box office news and world reports with Jeff now.
Wow! Don't ever give me that introduction again.
I'm still standing. Okay, go ahead.
Better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor. Feeling like a little kid. It's kind of like Come Sail Away. As soon as someone starts singing it, I have to get to the end before I can think of anything else.
Is that
Or
what's that, with me? Is that Boston?
Rush. Jeff, is it the same type that when you do, tell me what you want, what you really, really want?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
I
really, really, really want to zigga. Okay, thanks.
If you want to get with me, you gotta get with my friends.
Good job, Blake. I like that.
You're welcome. Remember, I raised girls.
That's right. Jeff, what's your box office news?
This weekend, January 29th through January 31st of 2021, number one at the box office, The Little Things made $4.8 million in its opening weekend on a $30 million budget.
Good for them. It was also on HBO Max.
Number two, The Croods: A New Age made another $1.8 million, a total of $44 million on a budget of $65 million.
Okay.
Number three, Wonder Woman 1984 made another $1.3 million, a total of $39 million on a $200 million budget.
Not on HBO Max anymore.
Oh, it is off now?
Yes.
That's true. They were only going to be out for a month.
Yes, 31 days.
The Marksman coming in fourth place with $1.25 million, a total of $7.8 million on a $23 million budget.
Okay.
And at number five, Monster Hunter made $740,000, a total of $11.1 million on a $60 million budget.
Wonder Woman 1984 has raked up the most viewing time yet for a feature film on its opening weekend. Let's see here. It racked up. Hold on, looking here. Let me get it. 2.25 billion minutes viewed.
Okay.
Soul was 1.67 billion. The Office 1.2 billion or 1.44 billion.
American version or original English?
American.
American.
So, just kind of interesting about that. So, what else, Jeff?
Upcoming February 5th, 2021, we've got Minamata.
War photographer W. Eugene Smith travels back to Japan where he documents the devastating effect of mercury poisoning in coastal communities. This is Johnny Depp, Bill Nighy, and a bunch of Japanese guys.
I was going to guess it sounded like a documentary until you told me the actors in it.
Well, it might have something to do with the documentary from 1971 of the same name.
Also, we have coming out, I'm guessing it's probably not a sequel to Big Fish, but we have Little Fish coming out.
A couple fights to hold their relationship together as memory loss virus spreads and threatens to erase the history of their love and courtship.
Ooh, a memory loss virus. That sounds kind of cool.
Olivia Cook, Jack O'Connell, are the stars of this one.
Jack O'Connell. I'm trying to see if I know him from anywhere. Not coming to mind.
Okay. What else?
We have
Jack O'Connell would be Unbroken. He starred in the movie Unbroken.
Okay.
About the U.S. distance runner Louis Zamperini, who was taken prisoner of war in the Pacific.
Okay, I think I remember the ads for that.
Good movie.
Also coming out, we have The Reckoning.
Well, I reckon.
Evelyn, a young widow, haunted by the recent suicide of her husband Joseph, is falsely accused of being a witch by her landlord after she rejects his advances.
Sounds like
what do we do with witches?
Burn witches.
Sounds like such a plot twist.
What do we burn besides witches?
Churches?
Little small rocks.
Oh, that's right.
Also coming out, we have The Human Factor.
Overrated.
Better than the
The
human
epic
stain.
behind-the-scenes story of the United States' 30-year effort to secure peace in the Middle East, recounted from the unique perspective of the American mediators on the front lines.
30 years.
Spoilers. Doesn't happen. Next.
Next, we have Dara of Jasenovic.
Dara of Jasenovic. It's the film is set in the Nazi-occupied Croatia Ustaša regime, NDH, in former Yugoslavia during World War II. The film is told through the experience of a little girl named Dara, who was sent as a child during the Holocaust in the Balkans to the infamous extermination camp complex Jasenovic, also known as Balkans Auschwitz, when it was ruled by the sadistic camp commander Max Lubrick until the liberation. The film is the first modern World War II movie that takes place in or shows the NDH era camp.
So it's a feel-good movie.
Yes.
It's a coming-of-age tale.
I was going to make a Daria joke, but I think I'll shut up.
Sounds depressing.
Jeez, Pete.
And we have
That's the perfect film for COVID. There you go, for COVID quarantines. Oh my God.
Well, we could watch a Serbian film.
Oh God.
Takes place in the same geographical vicinity.
How about we never watch Croatian films? Can we just put an embargo on that?
Well, stop putting them on the outline.
This is your doing. Don't come to me.
I think it was Gary.
Gary snuck it in.
Go back to your mobile home.
What Gary screwed up on the outline was for the top 5 list. He only has 4 spots.
Oh, we were only supposed to write 4 down, right?
Yeah, I saw that. Well, it's because I realized when we were talking about Justice League and when I was looking for my favorite 5 films for the last 5 years, of what a vacuum the last 5 years has been.
It wasn't as big of a vacuum as I thought when I started going through the lists, because I came up with 2 before I actually had to just look at all the films released every year for the past 5 years.
Yeah. I figured that your number 1 is Last Jedi, so why have any other ones up there? Just put 4 other ones on there. What's Falling, Jim?
Falling. John Peterson lives with his partner Eric and their adopted daughter in Southern California when he is visited by his aging father Willis from Los Angeles, who is searching for a place to retire. Their 2 very different worlds collide.
Wacky
that is
hijinks.
Viggo Mortensen.
Nope, never mind.
I don't like Viggo.
Aragorn.
Lance Hendrickson. Yeah. Laura Linney.
Lance Hendrickson.
I like Laura Linney. Okay.
Directed and written by Viggo Mortensen.
Oh, okay. Viggo Mortensen might be at the Cincinnati Comic Expo September 17th through the 19th at the Duke Energy Convention Center in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Is he bringing the walking tree with him?
He might. I can't confirm that he's going to be there, but it could be.
Find my copy of The Road.
Oh,
there's a 50% chance he'll be there. Either he'll be there or he won't.
exactly.
I brought the replica sword, but it's broken.
Let's see. Yeah. So September 17th through the 19th, Cincinnati Comic Expo. Get your tickets. Hopefully in a couple months. Let's get some fucking vaccines going. Let's fucking destroy this COVID variant. And let's get a fucking expos back together. Let's go, people. Come on. Wear your fucking mask. Let's get some vaccines.
Hey, if we have to reduce people for attendance, I'll volunteer.
Thanks, Blake. Way to take one.
I've already bought my tickets, so from last year.
If you have tickets from last year, they're going to be transferred over. That's how we get a chance to go again. But yes, Hobie will be there playing trivia. We got like 200 Funko Pops to give away. As my wife says, please show up and play trivia. She doesn't want them in her house.
I think that's what the poster says. Jason's wife, please show up.
For the CW show, it's good. Let's see. So,
get this shit out of my house.
It's snake shit out of my house. Let's see here. So yeah, September 17th through the 19th. Who knows? You might get a chance to see Vigo. I can't confirm that. Let's see here. You can ask him about fucking ants, fucking walking trees. Top 5 this week. This is from intern Gary. He had to go back to Indiana or wherever he's from, but he had to. He got one list. Top 5 here. Top 5 favorite films of the last 5 years. After looking at this, I realize I haven't seen a lot of films in the last 5 years.
Well, considering one film or 1 year of that 5 years is pretty much wiped away.
Bad Boys for Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh darn, that was my number 1.
The Croods, A New Age.
Wonder Woman 1984. That shouldn't be on anyone's top 5 list. Let's see here. Jeff, what's
silly, 1984 is more than 5 years away.
My bad.
He's got a point. My number 5, I have Kubo and the Two Strings.
The anime, is that anime?
It is animated. I wouldn't say anime.
Okay. Good job. Okay.
But,
that was up for some awards.
It was. And after it was up for awards, I watched it and I thought that should have done better than it did because I really enjoyed that.
I think it's on HBO Max right now.
So check it out if you haven't.
Okay. Bryan, number 5.
Number 5, I hobied this one.
Mm-hmm.
Furious 7, Fate of the Furious, and Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Like those have anything to do with each other.
So I haven't seen a Fast and Furious since the second one. Can I just jump into the new ones?
No.
Like, really?
No.
Can you skip Tokyo Drift?
Tokyo Drift is
in the future.
Yes, it's the second movie that came out that was released, but it's actually falls in line after I think Fate of the Furious.
Okay. It's the third film that came out. Third film. Fast and Furious.
Too
Fast and Furious
Too
2.
Furious was the second.
And then it was
I'm sorry.
Drift.
Yes, that is correct. Too Fast, Too Furious. I do often forget about that.
And I'm actually being somewhat serious. I'm trying to be an asshole too, but
I wouldn't.
It would be like watching
you
WandaVision before watching the Avengers.
Because they have recurring characters that come back and vanish and that too, right, Bryan?
Yes, they do. I would say not to just start watching them. Watch all the earlier ones. Watch them in order.
Okay.
And
Right.
that's my suggestion.
It's the superhero series for gearheads.
Is Paul Walker still in it?
He's dead.
CGI
man.
Is Paul Walker's brother still in it?
There you go.
You know what? Like, I don't say shit to you guys. Like,
I'm just asking.
no, you're being a dick. I know what you're doing.
I missed you, Brian. I missed you.
Yeah.
Still like you
Don't
better
piss
than
him
the
off so he hangs up. We don't get to listen to his 4 through 1.
That's true. Let's see. Number 5 for me. This is a tough one. I'm going Bohemian Rhapsody. I really liked it. And
I still haven't seen it.
And I know it was a Cliff Notes version of their story. I get that. Mostly, it's, not completely about Queen, but it is. But I really enjoyed it. I looking back on it, like, it's one that has stayed with me for a while. Like, man, and I go back and watch it again. I'm like, that is a really fun film. So may not be the best, but I've enjoyed it a lot. So
it's not a fun film.
Well, yeah, it is. Just the songs get you dancing. Well, yeah, he dies of AIDS, but besides that,
it's a pretty sad story.
It's a feel-good movie for Jason.
Live Aid, when he's at Live Aid and just fucking rocking it. Oh god.
Yeah, but the whole premise about him being at Live Aid is.
Well, that's also where the movie and reality
absolutely
did you know
in line.
Did you know Good Girls, the TV series, is a comedy too, Brian? It is not. Jim, what's your number 5?
My number 5 would be Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, that was my number 3.
Oh, I forgot that even came out in the past 5 years.
I still haven't seen that.
So do I have to change my number 3 now?
Nope, it's on the board.
No.
Tough shit. Who directed that one, Jim?
Taika Waititi.
There it is. Okay.
Hitler.
I knew it was somebody popular.
Yeah, that was a good film. I'm really upset that I missed that one now.
Well, Blake, what's your
top 5?
What did you have in your number?
Well,
5?
actually, I'm gonna Hobie it. JoJo was tied with number 5, and 2018's Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Okay, you talked about that before. You really like that one.
Yes, I did.
Okay. What's your number 4?
I super Hobied it. I figured, hell with it. I'll just throw Wonder Woman 2017, Avengers Infinity, and Avengers Endgame all together.
Okay.
Because I was feeling kind of WandaVision-y.
I don't hate you for that. I tried to stay away from the superhero ones because I think a lot of them would have been on my top 5. But they're an easy filler when you don't have good 5 quality top 5s. Jim, what's your number 4?
I think there are plenty of good movies to choose from in this list, and I'll go with three billboards outside Ebbings, Missouri.
That was on my honorable mentions. Good job, Jim.
That's Missouri, Jim.
Missouri.
If you're
spelled
pronouncing
with an I.
But that isn't how the title is pronounced. The state is pronounced Missouri, but the title of the movie is outside Ebbings, Missouri.
Get out.
No, it's not. Get out. Leave.
That's how the director pronounced it.
Do you say Cincinnati, Cincinnati?
No, unless it was in a movie called Three Billboards Outside Cincinnati, then I would.
Let's see here. My number 4. My only Marvel film up there, MCU, Black Panther. Loved Black Panther.
I knew that was going to be on your list.
That's your only Marvel film on here?
MCU, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. No, the reason is, what was the last one? Endgame? Was that the last Avengers, or was it Infinity? It was Endgame, right?
Endgame.
Endgame was the last one.
I would put the last hour and a half of Endgame as my number 1 film of the last 5 years, but there was another 2 hours that was attached to it, and it was okay, but nothing could top the last hour and a half, so I couldn't put it on there. So, Brian, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Rambo: Last Blood.
That was the most recent, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rambo 5.
In the last 5 years.
Well, I couldn't remember. Okay.
It's the only Rambo in the past 5 years.
Is it?
Correct. Yes.
Otherwise, there would be more on Brian's list.
I bet you there's some Rockies coming up.
Some over-the-top sequels? There any in there?
No.
Over the top.
Number 4 for you, Jeff.
Number 4, in my superhero portion of the list, I have Deadpool.
Not the second one?
Yeah. Was that within the past 5 years?
2016.
Wow.
Okay.
So,
Was the second
Deadpool,
one as good?
Second one was good, but not as good. So I put the first Deadpool on the list.
Fun little thing I saw online today that the producers of Deadpool had to pay $10,000 for his B. Arthur T-shirt that he wore in Deadpool to get the rights to it. Number 3, Jeff.
Well, it was Jojo Rabbit, but I hobied that with Black Klansman.
Heard nothing but good things about that one.
It's very good.
It was a good movie.
The book was very good too, if anyone's interested.
Is that
if I can read?
Is that a true story?
Based on,
yes.
Okay. Brian, number 3.
My number 3 would be John Wick 2 and 3.
Aren't they the same movie?
No.
I've yet to see that.
Have you watched them?
Not in their entireties, no. But I think it's always the same thing. He's running around shooting people.
Well, there
there's
are
a lot of
stories
movies
attached to those why he's doing that.
There's a lot of movies
I know,
of
there's
people
something about a
running
dog.
around shooting people. They're not considered the same movie.
But not in the volume of those.
All your favorite time travel films, Blake, are the same thing. They're just going time travel and fucking up.
I know,
the
it's
time.
the same thing. God.
John Wick, Saving Private Ryan, same movie.
Yeah.
I've wanted to see the Wick films. I really do. The only thing I've seen is like that puppy get killed like 5 times every time I flip through TNT. I'm like, son of a bitch! Damn it!
Spoiler.
Sorry, my bad. I don't know what streaming service they're on though.
I believe they are on HBO.
Yeah. I think they're on HBO Max.
Okay. I'll take a look at that. My number 3 is I hobied it. My animated films, Coco and Moana. Some of my favorite ones this year.
That's your only animated film?
No. Shut up, Jim. Yeah. So yeah, Incredibles 2, Jim. It's gonna be number 1. Let's see. No, Coco.
Should I just make that my number 3, Jason, to take off your number 1?
Incredibles 2. Yeah, Coco and Moana. Loved it. Yeah, so great films. I like the cultural path that they're going with Disney. Like they're actually looking at the folklores of other cultures, and they do a good job with them. So, Jim, what's your number 3?
My number 3, I'll go with an animated film from 2018.
What's that?
Isle of Dogs.
Ah,
I have not seen that.
It's amusing.
Wes Anderson? Yeah.
Yes.
That's on Disney Plus, I think.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I think I saw that when I was looking at things on Disney Plus.
My kids turned that on the other day, and I said, we don't do Wes Anderson in this house. Get the fuck out.
Well, then you're missing a lot in that house, because those are some good movies.
I could have told you that. Blake, what's your number 3?
All right. This is technically films in the past 5 years. Really goes back to 2016, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I hope so. I
cheated.
put Deadpool on mine.
Exactly. But I cheated. And I said, you know what? I'll do American math, and I'll include 2015, because if you add 5, you get 2020.
Okay.
So I did. I reached back and you talked about Taika, and I went, yes, I loved the original movie mockumentary, What We Do in the Shadows, 2015.
Ah, we'll allow that. Change approved. for What
Thank
We Do
you.
in the Shadows.
What year did you see it in?
2020.
Okay.
So-
Like if you saw it in 2015,
No, hold on.
then I
I
would have
would've-
to argue. But
Wait, hold on. After the TV series came out,
So
I watched
2019.
it. So 2019.
I didn't see it until 2020. But
Jeff, Blake's number 2 is going to be Porky's because he just saw it this weekend. So it'll be fine. Jim's number 2 is Meatballs. So he's
Meatballs
good.
4.
You know what I would like to see if they did a Porky's remake based on today's standards.
So,
I wonder how boring that would be. All right.
Howard Stern had the rights to Porky's for about 10 years, and he was always trying to remake it in the early 2000s to mid 2000s, and he said he could never get the script right in this day and age.
Oh yeah, he missed his chance.
Yeah. What's your number 2, Blake?
My
I
number
don't think
2.
they got the script right in 1980. So
Dolomite is my name, and fucking up motherfuckers is my game.
Dolomite.
Dolomite is my name. I enjoyed that movie a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I can't judge.
Jim, number 2.
My number 2, I will go with Knives Out.
No, that was my number 2.
Put it on the
Unless I
board.
change it.
No.
Just change it to 1917, Jeff. No one will know.
I would. I haven't seen 1917.
Okay, change it to Joker.
My number 2 is Rogue One. One of my favorite Star Wars films of all time.
Oh, damn it.
Every time was that your number 1?
What year did it come out?
2016.
Shit. I missed it.
And you're the one
my-
that has a 2015 movie on the list.
Yeah,
so.
I know. I'm really upset with myself. How did I miss Rogue One? Anyway,
Love
I
Rogue.
agree.
Rouge One.
Actually, you know what? It was my number 2. I hope it is Dolomite and Rogue One. I went for a lot of reach there.
Number 2 for you, Brian.
Number 2 for me is Baby Driver.
Heard good things about that one.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, so
Is that like Fast and Furious because they drive a lot? Is that like that? I was trying to make fun of Blake. Oh, don't turn me off, Brian. I was making fun of Blake.
Oh, isn't that the dancing baby gets a car to drive?
I was making fun of Blake for once, and I get told, okay.
so now we aren't going to get his number 1 movie. Thanks.
There you
I
go.
hope We'll be back. I was making fun of Blake, Brian. I took the high road. I was on your side.
You took the highbrow humor. Come on.
Jason keeps saying this high road like he's ever even seen what it looks like.
Brian, if you like Boss Baby, that's perfectly fine. It's a fine animated film. Jeff, what's your number 1?
Well, can I give my number 2 first?
Whatever. I don't give a shit.
I Hobie my number 2. I had Knives Out, and I tied that with Tenet.
Oh, you saw that like 6 times.
I saw it once.
Oh.
With the closed captioning on?
I did not see it with closed captioning. And my number 1 film is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, did you do that just to piss me off?
No, I have it written down as my number 1.
Yeah, it's mine too. Great
See?
film. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Great film.
Oh, wait. That's what your number 1 is, Jason. I didn't figure it out.
It was either that or Boss Baby. It was a close call. I didn't want to have the same as Brian. Brian, what's your number 1?
Boss Baby.
That was Baby Driver. Boss Baby Driver?
Brian, what's your number 1, buddy? Come on.
If
Come
looks
on, we
could
got you.
reach through the internet and slap you in the face,
He was looking at
you would have been
with his side eye.
slapped.
I got you, Brian. What's your number 1?
Number 1, Atomic Blonde.
Oh, is that Charlize?
Yeah, it's Charlie.
Yep.
I haven't
about
seen it.
that?
Looks like one I would like to see, but for whatever reason have not seen it.
I don't think I've ever seen
It's
that
good.
from beginning to end. I've seen parts of it
I forgot that came out.
in overlapping parts, but not enough Charlie's parts.
She was in Kubo and the Two Strings. That was on my list. So
no, I don't think she was naked in that though.
No, she wasn't. Well, the character she played might have been.
What?
Well, she played a monkey.
Are you watching anime porn?
She played a monkey. I mean, come on.
Oh. My number one is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, greatest superhero film of all time. Jim, what's your number one?
I was thinking about going with Cats, but I had to have watched it and put it on my list.
So you said you went with Cats or the Butthole Edition?
Yeah, Butthole Edition. Instead, I am going to go with Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah. You and Sean.
Yep.
Although that wasn't on Sean's list.
Number one for you, Blake.
My number one, I don't think it's on anybody's list, and I'm kind of surprised, but that's okay because I really liked it.
The Last Jedi?
No, Midsummer.
None of us have seen it, so
yeah, I know.
Is that the one that's filmed in like July?
Yeah.
And I think it's pronounced Midsummer.
Midsummer.
Like Mazai.
Oh, I'm thinking of something different.
No, Midsummer, because I once again, the cinematography and I think a lot of the visualizations were really good in it too. Worked really well with the movie.
Well, if you want to talk about the best movie visually and cinematography, you have to go into my honorable mentions here.
Let's go. Hit some honorable mentions.
I have two more honorable mentions too.
Well, it's not your turn, Blake. Simmer down.
I know. I'll see if anybody's got them.
My honorable mention is La La Land.
Did it lose out on the top five?
It did. It didn't make the top five.
Shame.
Now, if I saw it, I might even like it better, and it might have made the top five. But I had to throw that in there for Scam Jeff.
Anything else on your honorable mentions?
That was it.
Okay, Bryan?
Or the other movies I snuck into my list when other people stole them off of it.
Honorable mentions for me, I had Creed 1 and 2 and Sicario 1 and 2.
Creed was on my honorable mentions. Just missed out.
Creed was 2015.
Well,
but if you like American math, it still counts.
Like math.
That's right.
I retract my honorable mention of Creed and replace it with Creed 2, please. Thank you.
I retract my Creed and I go with Creed 2 as well then. Either one. Jim, you got any honorable mentions?
I'll give you back your Creed 2 and I'll double down on Creed.
Oh.
I believe that was 2015. It's ineligible.
Not to new math.
I will go. My honorable mention: Dunkirk. Cinematography was fantastic.
Yeah, it was good.
Logan.
That was okay.
Let's see, what else do I have? The New Mutants.
Okay,
it was good. Not
and,
top
and
7.
Bumblebee, because it was the only Transformers movie worth watching.
You know what, Jim? I agree. It was not a horrible film.
Is it the only Transformer movie in the past 5 years?
Yes.
I think I'll be honest, Jim. I actually enjoyed Bumblebee, but John Cena was awful in it.
You could have just cut him out; it would have been fine.
Yes.
But was he better than Mark Wahlberg in the fourth?
I think I found a Transformer. I'm Mark Wahlberg. Let's see. Blake, what's your honorable mention?
All right. Coming in off of New Mutants and Anya Taylor-Joy, The Witch, I really enjoyed. I thought it was pretty good. And then, of course, more cinematography, since we're on that kick and visualizations and sound. Blade Runner 2049.
Yep.
I need to finish watching that. But when you were saying you're picking up on Anna Taylor-Joy, I thought you were going to go with Split.
You know, after I just said that in my head, I started trying to do the math and said, "Wait a minute, what year was Split?" Because I really enjoyed that movie too.
I think that was 2016.
All right, it's on my honorable mention list now. Thank you.
So, so you're saying Anna Taylor-Joy is like the top actress of the last 5 years?
She's the Queen's Gambit.
Bump.
Honorable mentions for me, I had It. I was trying to think of my favorite horror film of the last 5 years. That was probably It.
Are you combining both?
I've never seen the second one yet. I want to, but I haven't yet.
It too, the new one.
I think you can watch it streaming somewhere.
HBO Max.
Yeah, I had a hard time liking that. Though,
just watch it. Make the kids watch it. Sit down, make a family day of it.
Yeah.
Did you like the first one, Blake?
No, I missed it. I ended up watching the second one, and I just watching the second one. I'm like, man, this is really hard. All right,
first one was good.
Yeah, when they were older.
I had Creed 2, Rocket Man, the Elton John biography.
Okay.
I liked it. And Jurassic World, just because I love dinosaurs. So there you go. 5.
See, Brian, he gives you grief about your Fast and Furiouses or whatnot, and he puts Jurassic World on the list.
I do not give him grief about Fast and Furious.
You know, I would watch Pee-wee Island.
What?
Isn't it Jurassic Pee-wee? Isn't it the one?
Oh, yeah. It's the Pee-wee Island that we put on a History of Bad Ideas face to face. That thing was creepy as hell.
La, la, la.
They replaced dinosaurs with Pee-wee Hermans. If go to our Facebook page, it's amazing. When he has the tape on his face going through the door, oh my god, that freaked me out. And I love how he's riding a bike as instead of the T-Rex. Let's go faster. Let's go faster. Great thing. Let's see. Number 5. We had lots of listener feedback. Get through these. Doctor Number 1. He had Emoji Movie.
Do we have any movies that we haven't listed yet? That's what I want to know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm anxious to hear.
Emoji Movie. No. Transformers Last Night.
He's not serious.
Another Transformer.
He's not serious.
The Last Night did come out during the last 5 years.
Boo and, hey, Jeff, Boo 2 amid the Halloween. Warcraft and X-Men Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix. I think he's being facetious.
Yeah, we said best movies, not worst.
No, it's your top 5 favorite films.
Yeah, not best. Yeah, thank you, Brian.
Not the best 5.
Randy at Randall Holt. I'm sorry, Randall Holt, RJ Holt 666. He's not evil.
He's just handled that way.
Number 5, Rogue One. Number 4, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Number 3, Deadpool. Number 2, Wonder Woman. And number 1, Thor Ragnarok. Honorable mentions, Logan, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. P.S. I pretty much only watch Marvel Star Wars films. That's okay. Kevin at Cincy Explorer had Deadpool, Get Out, 1917, Joker, and Parasite. Not bad films there, from everything I've heard. Honorable mentions, Black Klansman, Avengers Endgame, and Free Solo. Great documentaries, Free Solo. Great documentary.
Is that where they freed Han Solo from being frozen in carbonite?
I
think I've seen that in the 1983, I think.
But they did an entire documentary about how it actually happened.
Oh, okay.
And how he lived through it.
It was very interesting about the whole process, Jim, about how they do carbonite and how it was founded.
Yes.
Jar Jar Binks screwed it up in a lab, and it just went from there. Let's see here. Number 5, Steve at Everything I Learned from Movies. Great guys. Him and Izzy. Check them out. Untidy Venus on Etsy. Use
hold on.
For 15%
Has
off.
Nicolas Cage made 5 movies in the past 5 years?
None of them have Nicolas Cage.
He made 5 movies in the last 5 months.
Well, I've been waiting to see Color Out of Space for the past year now, and every time I go to watch it, they want to charge me $5.99. I'm like, nope.
Sure, it's on Showtime or Epix or whatever else.
I'm a Lovecraft fan, and I'm like, Nick Cage is okay, but I'm like, I want to see this movie. But for over a year now, they still have a charge on it. I want to know why it's not free yet.
If I'm paying $5.99, I'm going to get into the theater and get the cinema experience, not my couch.
Correct.
Steve had Invisible Man, Get Out, Avengers Infinity War, Black Panther, and for Brian, Hobbs and Shaw. There you go. Mad Max Fury Road will be number 1, but I think it's just outside the time frame. Doesn't matter. You could put it in there. Doug, number 1 fan. I'm not having Star Wars or Marvel on my list. He has Patriots Day, Sully, Knives Out, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, another one of those, and Moana. So there you go. He said he would put Last Jedi as 1 through 5, but he wanted to get rid of all the Star Wars films just to make it fair. There you go.
You know, Jason, I am disappointed you didn't put Fantasy Island on your list.
I've yet to see it. I'm not paying for it. I can't. I can't. I keep waiting.
Oh God.
And we got a couple more real quick ones here. Chris Richardson, good day, mate. Fighting with my family. Oh God.
I couldn't finish that one.
Bad Samaritan, Hidden Figures, Hacksaw Ridge, and Joker. Brad Hargis. Oh, from the cinema guys. Don't even do it.
He did it.
Logan. Here you go, Blake. Color Out of Space.
Really?
Yes.
He paid for it?
I guess. Atomic Blonde, Rogue One, and Batman v Superman. And Joey Creary. He had Ex Machina.
Ex Machina.
Man, Max.
Is that where they do the Macarena?
Yes.
Ex Machina. Ex Machina.
I think
Spider-Man.
you have to do like 4 shots for that terrible.
Yeah. Very disappointed with myself that I stopped drinking.
Spider-Man: Into the Spider-Verse, Split, and The Big Short. He said there's no particular order, but all good for viewing for many tastes. Sinister almost made my list, though, too. So there you go.
Big Short was good.
Yeah, 2015. I thought of that one. I checked that one out, and I went, oh, just makes the cutoff. December 2015.
Bad idea of the week, number 31, being a Instagram influencer. Bad idea number 32, being on TikTok. So there you go. Titles for the show. Jim, what do you got?
Nothing.
Best color man in the business. Blake, what do you got?
Nothing.
Second best color man in the business. Bryan, what do you got?
Loophole. Add shit at the end. I'm an idiot. Those are the only 2 things that I wrote down.
Okay, that'll be 3. Let's see. New math. Jeff?
I have reliving out our Twitter conversation. Like Cobwebs. The Heart of Rock and Roll. Look at those cute lazies. And 3 billboards outside of Cincinnati.
God. I have no one is eating on this podcast.
But no one is eating on this podcast. Please give us 5 stars.
I was dead at that age. We've never been highbrow. Stupid son. And we're going to need subtitles. So, what do we got here? What do we like? I like that no one is eating on this podcast.
If you're advertising that no one's eating, I would be good.
Anyone else?
You could put, I walked away for 10 minutes and no one noticed.
Well, your thing didn't disappear on the
I didn't turn it off.
Yeah.
Jim, that's the name of your autobiography. Let's save it for that.
I thought I hadn't heard Jim in a while. Nope, he's still on.
That's why I kept looking, making sure he's okay. What do we got, Jeff? Which one do you like?
I like 3 billboards outside of Cincinnati.
I don't know how to spell Cincinnati. I can't.
You spell it just like Cincinnati, but it's pronounced Cincinnati.
Okay, fine. We're doing 3 billboards outside Cincinnati. Roger says goodbye.
Bye.
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 Do you know?